Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well today. Before we head straight into the video, please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing this video. Thank you. Without further ado, let's get started. First of all, we will place our shaded character in the canvas. In this step, I'll be adding a new layer. As you can see, a new layer has popped up. Next, we will be clipping this new layer into the shaded character that we added earlier. The next thing we will be doing is we will be choosing the blending mode. First, I will be clicking normal. Here, I will make the shadow, so I will be choosing blending mode multiply. I will be choosing the opacity on however I like. For me, it's going to be around 70. Next, I'll be closing the layer window and I'll be choosing the brush. For shadows, I usually use airbrush. I'll be making the size slightly bigger. I'll be using a little brown for the shadows in this case. Next, I'll be overlapping the brown shadows with a purplish color. Again, it's up to you if you want to do this or not, but for me, it looks better this way. If you're done with this step, we'll be opening the layer window again. Then, we will be adding a new layer above the clipped layer. We will be clipping this new layer too. Again, I'll be changing the blending mode of this new layer, so I'll go to normal again. This part, we will be making the lighting, so we will be choosing the blending mode add. I will also adjust the opacity to however I like it. You can do the same. In this part, I will be using airbrush again. I will also be adjusting the color. I normally like to use brown for the lighting, so I'll be choosing brown. I will also be airbrushing some parts of her face. You can also lower the opacity for this layer if you like. You can also erase some parts of the shadows if you like. You can do this by going back to the multiplied layer that we did earlier and erase some parts where you don't want the shadows to be. After you're done with that, we'll be opening the layer window again. After this, I'll be adding a new layer. I'll also be clipping this new layer. Then, I will be clicking normal and change the blending mode to add. Then, I will be lowering the opacity to about 70%. In this part, I will be reshading the hair again. The brush I use for hair shading is Round Brush Particle. Since this is a detailed hair shading, I should be reshading every strand in the hair. Once we're done with that, we will be opening the layer window again. Then, we will be adding another new layer. Next, we will be clipping this new layer again. Next, click normal and we will be changing the blending mode to add. After this, I will be lowering the opacity to about 60%. Since the hair is brown color, I will also be changing the color to brown. After that, I'll be adding extra highlights on the hair. In this part, I will be adding details on her face. So first, I will be opening the layer window again. Click the layer in the very top, and we will be adding another layer. Next, we will also click this new layer. We will be clicking normal again and we will be changing the blending mode to add. I will be lowering the opacity to about 60%. Now, I'll be shading the nose. I used the eyedropper tool to copy the color of the skin and then shading it like this. I also used a bit of blur in the edges. Now, I would add some highlights in the cheeks, and I would also include some little details on the face. Normally, I would be adding some sparkles in the cheek in this step. To do this, I use sputtering brush. Next, let's open the layer window again. We will be adding another new layer. As usual, we will be clipping this layer again. Then again, we will be clicking normal and change the blending mode to add. Then, I will be adjusting the opacity to about 66%. Open the brush window and select Pen Fade. In this step, I'll be doing some big strokes on the hair. Next, I'll be erasing the top parts of the strokes and then smudge it all together. I will also add some hair shines on the bottom part of the hair. And I will add some more on the top part. After doing this, we will be merging all the clipped layers down. And for the last but not the least, I would like to present you my water tutorial. Usually, I would just draw random scribbles on the screen. Here, I would be assigning layers to every side of the scribble. The next thing I will be doing is I will be opening the filter. Then, I will be choosing all. And then, I will find water drop rounded. This would give my strokes a watery effect. I also do the same for the other side. And so that's just about it. Thanks for sticking around.